Hey guys, this is Kevin, and this is my 100th video here on YouTube. Now that includes videos that I did back in 2008 when I really had no idea what I was doing, maybe kind of like now. But regardless, it's my 100th video, and I'm going to start a new playlist called Expat Answers. And what I'm going to do with this particular playlist is if someone sends a question to me, I may use it for one of these videos. Now, obviously, I'm not going to mention the name. I'm not going to mention the email. It's going to be anonymous. But I just thought this would be a pretty cool new thing to do on the channel is have a playlist that's dedicated specifically to emails that come in. Email questions, I mean. So here's a question that came to me last night. It says, "Hey Kevin, I'm going to the Philippines in a few months, and I'm going to meet a woman I've been chatting with for about 2 months." Talking to. She told me she was divorced, but now I see that it is not true. She has an apartment rented for us when I get there. Can I get in trouble over this? Can the husband get her in trouble for an adultery? Can the husband get her in trouble for adultery? And can I get in trouble? Please get back to me soon. I'm glad that I saw your videos. Well, first of all, as my viewers know, that as a Christian pastor, I would never advise someone to move in to cohabitate with someone that he or she is not married to. But putting that aside, let me answer the question at hand. If she's telling you she's divorced, then yes, there's something not right about that, because the only way really that a Filipina can be divorced is if she was married to a foreign national, like let's say an American, a German, Australian, whatever, and that foreign national filed a divorce, and in that case, yes, she's divorced. Otherwise, unless she's had an annulment done, which is unlikely, maybe what she meant is she is legally separated. I'm not sure what she means. You need to talk to her about that. But even if she's legally separated, she is still considered married. So, can she get in trouble over that? Let me first say that I would say it's relatively rare that a separated spouse files a case against his or her husband, wife, ex-husband, ex-wife, whatever you want to call it. It's rare, but it does happen. And legally, if the court can prove, if they file some kind of case and can prove that the husband or wife is actively involved in adultery, yes, the Filipino or Filipina could go to jail. Now, they do have to kind of catch them, I don't want to say in the act, but the kind of situation you're talking about is one of those scenarios where the case could be filed and they would have strong evidence because the two of you are living in the same residence. Now, the video I did a few days ago, I included a link on Locked Up Abroad, where there was a Filipina who got involved with a British guy, and she was married, separated. The ex-husband or husband, whatever you want to call him, filed a case against her, and she ended up going to jail over it. There's probably, I would say she's probably more likely to get charged than you would be. Having said that, I do know of cases where let's say an American goes to the Philippines, he gets married, he and his wife split up, and then he has a Filipina living with him, then he's not married to, and then the wife filed a case against him for what's called a concubinage. I never know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but from the term concubine. So legally, he's married, yet he's living with this other woman he's not married to. Legally, you can file a case against someone for that. And in that case, he did get out of jail, but he's got all these legal fees, and he can't leave the country because they've confiscated his passport. And I'm wondering if he overstays his visa because the government has his passport, the police, if that's not going to give him visa problems too. Anyway, it's a big mess. I want you to consider a couple of things here. First of all, she hasn't been honest with you, because if she says she's divorced, unless it meets the conditions I mentioned earlier, she's not divorced. And I would encourage you to think very carefully about moving in with someone that you've only chatted with a couple of months and you've already caught in a lie. I tell people that lies are a lot like cockroaches. When you see one, a lot of times it means there are others hiding in the background that you know nothing about. Sometimes many of them. Secondly, the legal issue, though it's not necessarily extremely likely, it could happen. Or let's say you're in a particular barangay where the police force is very corrupt. If they catch you, then that policeman may try to extort money from you. And I'm hoping the current president's going to clean up some of the corruption, but I'm just telling you some different things that could go wrong. So I would encourage you not to do this. There's no way that I would move in, even if I thought that cohabitation outside of marriage is fine, which I do not. There's no way that I would move in with someone in the Philippines who's already lied to me, because you just don't know. You just don't know what could happen. You just don't know what else she's hiding from you. So if I were you, I would really rethink this. So anyway, I hope this helps. And if you have a question, just send it to kuyakevin@gmail.com.